So first I just want to say the last 10 days were kind of a whirlwind. You know, we were doing really good, and then all of a sudden Nancy Pelosi thought she should get herself into this race. And so we just beat Nancy Pelosi as far as I'm concerned, right? Woo! That was good. You know what? We sent her a really strong message. Don't meddle in our primaries in Colorado. You've got it all wrong back in Washington, and we don't need you here in Colorado. So that was good. So, and I do just want to say, with all of the outside spending that was in this race, that, you know, it wasn't fair to any of the candidates in the race. There were 4 of us, and we all worked really hard. And I would say directly to Jan Kulmann, to Lori Saine, and to Tyler Allcorn, and to Jules Gray, who was in this race as well, that I really respect the races and respect what y'all did. And, you know, we're all out fighting for Colorado and fighting for this district, and I respect that. And I know y'all put a ton of effort in, and you have my deepest respect. And because of you guys, you made me a better candidate, and I greatly appreciate it. So there are a lot of people I need to thank in this campaign. I mean, there were a lot of folks. I mean, just to start off with, I had 26 volunteers who went out and helped me get my petitions. And my #1 campaign worker, solid person there for me all the time, is my daughter Katie, who between the 2 of us and her 2 oldest kids, Preston and Paxton, between the 2 of us though, we hit close to 5,000 to 6,000 doors and got over 1,200 signatures. And I got on the ballot because of Katie. So I just want to say thank you, Katie. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. So, but there's a lot of other people, and I'm going to mention a few. I'm not going to try and mention everybody because I will for darn sure forget some folks. But I just want to thank Alan and Mike and Nick and Stacy and Ben and Caroline and Jalen and Bo. You guys were all there. I got a team back in Washington, but you guys were here. You were on that phone call with me every Monday night when I'd be like, yes, Ellen, yes, Ellen, no, no, Alan. But anyways, there are a bunch of folks that helped me out. Like I said, I had a lot of volunteers. A lot of you are in the room here tonight. And again, I just really greatly appreciate all the help that I got from the volunteers. And my 4 co-chairs of my campaign, Tom Norton, Kathy Williams, Steve Moreno, and Sean Ford, I'd like to thank all of them as well. They were there as well and helping me out. You know, there's a lot that goes on in this campaign, and so whether you contributed financially or whether you helped me out volunteering, walking, Fred, I know you went out and did walking for me, and Dan and everybody. So again, I know you gave up your evenings, you gave up weekends, you had me bugging you with text messages like, no, you've got to get 30 more. So again, I just want to thank all of you. Folks, this is just the beginning of this race. You know, this primary is now in the books, and now I'm looking forward to running in the general election. And I will be taking on what I believe to be Colorado's one of the most liberal and most partisan legislators, and one of the least successful legislators according to Colorado politics. She is one person that has just gotten it so wrong on so many things, starting with Senate Bill 181, where she was a co-prime sponsor and did her best to eliminate oil and gas jobs in this district primarily. Then the next thing she did was go after agriculture and agricultural jobs with the Agriculture Farm Worker Bill, and that was just last year. So this is a woman who truly doesn't understand what are the roots of this district and what's important in this district. She didn't help on fentanyl at all. She signed off on all the bills that allowed fentanyl to be possession up to 4 grams, and then didn't really even fight to try and get it to where we were working with our law enforcement agencies to get that under control and get drug dealers off the street. This is a woman who is out of touch with this district, and I look forward to having debates with her. I look forward to having a discussion with her and asking her why the heck she didn't take care of our district and take care of this area. So it should be fun, and I'm looking forward to it. But she's wrong on the border policy. She was wrong on fentanyl. She was wrong on the energy policy. She's wrong on inflation and the cost of living. You know, coming here tonight, I was a little bit late because I had to fill up my gas tank. $115 later. Thank you, Representative Caraveo. She's going to side with Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi. She isn't somebody that we need in this district. And every time I was at the door out walking and talking to folks, that was the #1 issue. How much it's costing to fill up their gas in their vehicles, and inflation. And she's wrong on the wrong side of that as well. So as I move forward in this campaign, we're going to keep focusing on the same issues that we focused on in the primary, and that is those quality of life issues. That's about inflation and how we cut the spending and how we get deficit spending under control. And I don't know, maybe we should have a balanced budget at the national level. We're required to do that at the local government level, where I led my county to zero debt and we have a balanced budget. We're required to do that in this state where we have a balanced budget. I don't understand why the national folks don't think we should have a balanced budget and figure out how to cut spending and get this inflation under control. We need to restore order to our border, and we need to get behind our law enforcement and make sure that they get the support that they need and put the bad guys, quite frankly, behind bars. And last but not least, we need to go back to being energy independent instead of energy dependent. And this was an area that I worked on as a county commissioner, worked on as a state senator. It's near and dear to my heart. I have a son-in-law who works in the oil and gas industry, and this is an area where, you know what, we've got to get our energy workers back to work, and they're primarily in District 8. So I'll be working on that. So these past few years have been really tough for America. They've been tough for Colorado. We have a pandemic that ended a great economy, and then Joe Biden, do I need to say more? Joe Biden, I mean, seriously. The Democrats implemented policies that just basically hurt Americans and didn't put Americans first. So that's why I'm in this race. I want to leave America better and stronger than when I found it. I want it to be the America that I grew up in for my grandkids, because I've got 6 grandsons, and I want it there for my grandkids and everyone else's kids and grandkids as well. So let's get this turned around, and on to November. Thank you.